This is FanSpeak, a weekly live show where the fans of comics and its community are our guests. Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. This is FanSpeak, and we're going to have ourselves some fun over here today for sure. We have a lot of very interesting news, some actual comic book news, which makes me happy. But we got other stuff to get around to as well. Now, we do appreciate everybody coming in here. Thank you very much. Definitely check out our links down below, particularly our FanSpeak page over on Facebook. That group is doing really well. We keep getting new people joining all the time. It's absolutely awesome, and we're having a lot of fun with it. So please go over and be part of that if you're not already. Do also keep in mind that this is a live stream, as is all the stuff we do. We're not actual YouTubers. We understand YouTubers do something called uploading. We're live streamers. So therefore, what we need you to do is go over and hit that share button. Let your family and friends and extended community know what's going on so they can be part of it. Now, we do see we got Roger Heller in here, and of course, Booster and DeWolf are also giving comments, as well as Eric Hawkins, the most Eric-y of all Hawkins. He says, "Yeehaw." Well, it's interesting you say that. I heard a few yeehaws yesterday. I went over and saw the rugby match between Australia and Uruguay, and rest in peace, Uruguay, because wow, Australia kicked the living crap out of them, dude. But it was very interesting because I was literally surrounded by a couple thousand Australians, which was interesting. They were all in yellow and green. They had very strange hats on, but quite friendly, I'd say. Very, very friendly people. And for some reason,
They can't have been Aussies.
they were Aussies. They were very friendly, very nice.
Nah,
Yeah,
no, the
yeah.
Aussies are
They were
pricks,
they
so I
were
don't believe you.
well, they were fairly drunk. That might have helped. But I
Put them in a
somehow
good mood, yeah.
yeah, they were because my seat
Yeah.
because they have different sections, right, for different prices, and my seat was in the I guess the middle price seats, but I was on the edge of the middle price seats, and right next to me was like us was like this yellow plastic chain, and then the cheap seats started, and that's where all the Australians were, which is weird. I mean, they spend at least $1,000 to get here by airplane, but yet they take the cheap seat. I don't know, whatever. But
They take the cheap seat so they can afford the plane over.
I guess so, dude. But I was I was right in the middle of them, and it was actually great for the game because the game was kind of boring. Actually, I enjoyed the people more than the game. But it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it quite a bit, and like I said, they were really friendly, nice, and having a good time. I did think it was one thing was kind of funny. This young Aussie stood up in the front a couple of times, and he was pretty young, very heavily bearded. He had a kind of a Crocodile Dundee type hat on, and he'd stand up every now and then, and he would cup his hands around his mouth and go, "Aussie, Aussie, Aussie," and all the Australians go,
Oi,
"Oh,
oi,
oi,
oi.
oi, 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 oi," right? He did like that,
Yeah.
and it was
Yes.
fun, right? It was good fun,
I
and
would
then.
I would hope they would do that.
Oh, it was great fun, dude. And then
Yeah.
this little prancing gay boy Australian came up and he tried to do it. Ozzy, Ozzy, Ozzy. Nobody. Dead silence.
Oh,
Which is very interesting because I
oh
thought
no.
Australia was super woke, but I guess the rugby crowd isn't. But
No.
nevertheless, I had a great time. Actually, it was good fun. My family enjoyed it. My son's right here. Did you enjoy the game yesterday, boy? He said, He did, as he looks at his cell phone,
Oh,
gives us a thumbs up, and eats his peaches. No, that's a pear.
nice.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
He loved it.
Good boy.
Full
Yeah,
enthusiasm.
good boy. Yeah, he's heading back to university today. He just came over to catch the game because it's the World Cup, so we picked up some tickets to go see it. And of course, Japan had kicking butt. They won against Samoa yesterday, 3 wins in a row. Yeah, go go go. Now I know none of you care about rugby or even know what rugby means. Go look it up in your dictionary real quick. You'll figure it out. But nevertheless, it's kind of like football. Let's move on. Of course, we've got Booster in here, our New Zealand boy. He's definitely not from
Me.
Australia. He's definitely not
Yeah.
Australian. Yeah, yeah.
No, goodness
No,
me,
no,
no. And I'm supposed to really like rugby, but I don't. I don't care about any sports. So I believe in equality in that regard, I guess.
yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, football
Yeah.
is better than rugby anyway, but it is fun, and my son, of course, will be looking at me for that because he's a rugby boy. Nevertheless, we also have Todd Mulrooney from IndieCom TV. How you doing, dude?
Oh, I'm doing really good. How's everyone else doing? Because today was a crappy New England cold, bitter day.
Oh, nice. I miss it. I miss it. But I do have a question for you. I got a show, Coffee Aki Habara, coming up later tonight for me. Of course, that's 10 a.m. Sunday morning for you guys. Who's my guest today, dude?
Oh, we're gonna have Marcel Dupree of Evoluzione
Hmm.
Publishing, and they do about 6 books a year.
Hmm. Hmm.
And current Valhalla awaits. We talked about that last Monday on Anycom TV, and
Yeah.
more LaFay has
Hmm.
sort of stopped campaigning, and it reached its goal. So they do quite a
Nice.
bit of books. So we're gonna talk to him because he's to me. I look at their quality, right? I look at the books. I look at
Uh
the
huh.
quality, and what I want to show people these books, and that's why we've had them. We've talked a little bit about them on Indicom TV. So I I want to get the gist of this because he's starting to make headway as a small publisher.
I see. So you're going to put me in front of a Frenchman and expect there to be no trouble at all. You expect that to be smooth.
Well, I told him you spoke French. This is completely in
Oh well,
French. This whole
that's just going to make
interview.
it worse. Yeah. Hey, dude, don't even. I can do that if you'd like, and
Oh
it'll
no,
be
I
aggressive
got one
and
like
angry.
I got one coming up where you're gonna have to use another language. We'll see.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. I think the word merde shall be said a lot. Go ahead, Twister. You say merde. Say it. Say it.
No,
Say it. Say it.
I don't know what was it. Miad? What does that mean?
Merde, merde, merde. I don't know.
Miad.
Something French people
Merd.
say. It's pretty dirty. I understand.
Uh,
But all right.
I
Thank
don't
you very
like.
much.
Oh no.
Oh no. Well,
Anything about the
you
French.
don't have to deal with the French. You're over there in Polynesia. Oh, they have French Polynesia. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, anyway,
Mm.
moving on. Of course, guys, we have George with us today. And guess what? George is in a happy mood today. Oh my God. Hey, George.
I, I am. I am.
He
But
ate a
uh,
whole
but but
pie.
but a lot. But I ate a
Mm.
whole pie,
He did.
and my happy mood just went down the toilet listening to all this jibber jabber about languages.
So
You know, there's only
basically,
one.
Ah.
You know, there's only one language, right?
that's true. That's true. Chinese. Basically, what you're
Mm.
saying, George, is you're in a diabetic coma, and we'll get some happiness from you. I get it.
I need my booster.
Oh, you have your
Oh.
booster. He's right over there. But
I
I
I
think it
I
was,
am a booster.
I think he was talking about an insulin shot. But that's okay.
Oh. Oh no.
Yeah, it's all right. Of course, guys, we were also joined by the most lamaness of the Denales. Hey, Denali, what's going on, dude?
Aloha. I'm doing fantastic. Even though it's humid, it rained like cats and dogs, like nobody business. But during the day, I went to Outback Steakhouse and had myself a ribeye steak with
Ooh, that's
butter.
Australian food there. They have
Yes,
Australian food. Yeah,
yes.
it's awesome.
So
Awesome.
I'm
Not
kind.
really.
I'm still kind of full from that, but it's fantastic.
Yeah. Hey, Wingnut, what's going on? He says nine watching. Yep, we got nine watching, and it'll pick up during the show for sure. We're gonna have ourselves some fun, guys. But thank you very much, Denali. And of course, Denali did a really good job with news selection today, so we'll be getting to that soon. But of course, before we do that, it is always, always the time for the chairman's address. Mr. Chairman, sir.
Mhm.
Oh, he's so cute. Look at him.
Comics Gate. You never fail to impress me. So, Flying Sidecar Press, I have been looking into how to be a little bit more active, right? Got to get out the optics and be present across YouTube, live streams, Instagram, and of course, Twitter. Now, of course, while I'm doing this, I'm seeing a few people interacting and they're not interacting very well. You've got Ethan Van Sciver not liking JDA. And then, of course, John Malin is having a problem with Mike Miller. And then War Campaign doesn't like Edwin. And it's continuing to go on and on. And I understand that it's just what's been happening and we live with it. But, guys, really, when we start talking about Comicsgate and whether or not who is and who is not, Comicsgate, of course, we all know extends all the way back to the time when the consumers were going against the original big guys, and then we just said we want better comics. So even Doug Tenaple, who says he's not Comicsgate, he actually falls in line with the motives and the original inception of what Comicsgate is. We all do, and that's the point here. Um, and I've seen a lot of people talking about who is not, and what's going on. Here's an issue, and that is the fact that John Malin constantly says have thick skin to be in this business because you're going to get criticized. Well, there's a bit of a wrong point in there, because if you're going to be an adult thing, you got to have thick skin. You're going to be criticized. Somewhere there's going to be detractors. I'm going to have them. We all have them here. But in with Comicsgate, since we're all still working together, we all still have the same goal, whether we say we are or not. What has to happen, what should happen, is that everyone who's making criticisms and reviews of comic books that are coming out now, which is great, which means they're supporters and they're backers. If someone's putting a review out, that means they've bought it. That's a good thing. And now they're doing a review about it. I ask you guys, just do it with a little bit of respect and a little bit of supportive criticism along the way. Constructive criticism. For instance, like Doug Tenaple did just today with Cyberfrog. That was a great review. And we know about the blood between the two creators. And then, along with that, if you are a creator, if you take criticism, let it go. You don't have to fight back. All you have to do is chill out, make a nice common thank you, the fact that they interact with you in the first place. Every time you go to Chick-fil-A, well, you hear one thing. And every time someone goes after them for being Christians or having a certain type of a program that they're doing, they get attacked. They say back, "My pleasure." And that's what every creator should do. Someone wants to come to you, wants to give you a review. Don't have such thin skin. Don't get your feelings hurt. Be a man, swallow your feelings, move on. Take it and run with it. That's what criticism is there for, to make you better. And that goes to every other person that is out there, every other creator, from the professional on down. So if we all could act better, be more positive, uplifting, and supportive to one another, we'll all, of course, benefit from it. That's my rant that I have to say today. What are the fans saying? Welcome to FanSpeak.
All right. Well,
Oh,
claps,
bravo.
claps. Very nice, very nice. The claps for the bow tie at least, and the minimal roboting. That's
Absolutely,
pretty
the
good.
bow tie.
Yeah, the bow tie.
But we gotta get you. We gotta get you a better everything.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, everything. Yeah, we do. That's true.
Modem, internet connection, webcam, and then he will be the true chairman.
He will be.
So
he will be.
I've been working on that. Matter of fact, because I've been working with Indicom TV, these guys are saying, okay, you're going to be producing things, and so we need to up your game. And so I've got a camera. Yeah, the camera's not the problem. I believe it is the internet speed.
Yes.
So I'm checking into that, and we're going to see what we can do with that.
Yeah, no, it's
Get a
definitely
new
your
modem.
speed. Yeah. No, it's his connection. He needs to just update to something 5G if he can get it. Yeah, no,
Do both.
It'll
just to
work
be
out.
safe.
Yeah, it'll work out.
Yeah.
But very interesting because I agree with that sentiment completely. You shouldn't have thin skin. I had no clue about any of the things he just talked about, though. I didn't know anybody who was going after each other, but because it's always is.
Everyone hates everyone right now.
So I just never pay attention.
But it's been that way for a freaking year now. That's why we stay out.
That's right. Yeah,
because it doesn't end.
Yeah.
It doesn't end, and you know what though? It also doesn't matter.
No.
The things that are said back and forth to each individual person doesn't change anything. It doesn't change their minds. The best guy I've heard recently, the one that I read today, was someone that told Doug Tenaple that they had not read Earthworm Jim and they've never played the video game. And his response back was, "You're a better man than me."
Yeah, no, Edwin,
That's
that was a good thing.
perfect.
Yeah, it was. The thing that was
Yeah.
interesting to me in what you said, though, because like I said, I had no clue any of this stuff's going on. I don't pay attention, but I have seen a few of the War Campaigners videos. They're a bit vulgar, but they can be funny, actually. I see it's been a while, but I seem to remember from the stuff that I did watch that they worship at the altar of Edwin. And you're telling me now they're anti-Edwin? Really? That's a reversal.
Oh,
That's a
yeah,
hardcore
yeah.
reversal, dude.
Right,
Mhm.
right, yeah. Well, it's
Mhm.
because Edwin went against EBS Comics Gate or something, this, that, or the other, whatever.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah, yeah.
Always
Mhm.
something. Well, thank you for keeping me informed with crap I don't want to know anything about anyway, but it's awesome. But
It's comics news as
it is.
well.
It is. It is. And but the
And
sentiment is
that's that
what's
is.
important. Let's all get along. Don't be so thin-skinned and little baby about everything. How about that?
You don't even have to get along. Just you can disagree. Do it respectfully, like what I do with you.
Yeah, no, right. We disagree all the time,
It's
dude. Exactly,
you
Okay,
know,
dude.
so well,
obvi-
you guys can help me out here then, because
Uh-huh.
Dilla Draws just says, "I hate Booster, and it's a huge media scandal. What is the best way I can deal with this situation? My scandal, this hatred,
Well,
this burning hatred this man has for me. How do
tell
I deal
him
with this?"
tell him that you
Dick,
love him and send him nudes.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right, there we go. Hey, Dillard, screw off, you dickhead. I'm gonna fight you IRL. I will.
Nudes incoming.
Did I
All right, guys. Well, that's
did I handle
enough of
well?
that. Thank you very much. We are going to
All right,
jump over the news real quick, but actually, DeWolf was talking about something earlier that I'd like to squeeze in before we do that. Of course, you guys know DeWolf is not only working over at IndieCom TV, which is awesome. You guys know I do Coffee Akihabara over there, so definitely go check that out. But he's also been working in the backgrounds here, trying to get a comic book put together, and I think he's got an update.
I most certainly do.
oh,
Uh, we have we're working on it. We got great content. Let me first talk about some of the content that's coming out because I'm starting to doing more and more promotions. Right, I want to get more promotions going, and we're gonna start discussing Book of Elves Volume One.
Hmm.
Instead of just Book of Elves the Ashcan. Book of Elves the Ashcan is going to come out first. It's going to be free. Everybody's going to be able to enjoy it. And right now, Joseph White is working on his Inktober surprises almost because every day he comes out with something and it is in relation to the Book of Elves. So if you go to Comic Artist JW on Twitter, you can see what he's doing there. You can see the characters that are going to be coming out both in the Ashcan and Volume One. And so, but this month something special is going to happen. I'm actually going to start looking into that volume one concept. I'm going to start my very first live stream promotion
Hmm.
because I'm going to be putting ink on paper. And of course, you've all seen the typewriter over here. So the typewriter, of course, puts ink on paper.
It
So you can
does.
just
hey,
imagine
where's
what's
the
going
bow
to
tie?
happen as a writer trying to get involved in the concept of perks and starting the live streams, creating the upcoming idea that volume one is going to come out, and we're going to pursue the Ashcan, and that's going to be available to everyone soon.
Awesome, dude. Well, as you guys noticed, while he was talking the whole time, he managed to strip and redress. That dude is skilled. But
Nice.
more important, Mr. DeWolf, is Buster Bear going to have a cameo?
Buster, yeah, well, look at that. Yeah, matter of fact,
Yeah.
since there is so much promotion that I'm going to start going on with this, and we're going to have some great artwork coming out. We're going to be discussing some of the plot ideas that are going to be coming about with these elves and what that means in their world. I'm going to need a few extra people to talk about it because there's going to have to be some time. There's some time that has to happen for me to do on said live stream with putting ink on paper. So I'm gonna having a few people, a few voices there.
Hmm. Hmm.
It sounds like a good idea. Yeah,
Oh
you'll be
well,
invited.
I would certainly do that. But that's not what I meant. I meant somewhere in the background, have me sitting on a greasy throne with some sexy ladies at my feet. That's what I meant. But
You mean
with,
in the
with
book?
the
in the book,
sax,
yeah, yeah,
with
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
sax in his
yeah, yeah,
hands.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um.
Like a
Yeah. We'll
portrait
just.
on a wall of some ancient king, something like that. That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Okay.
Oiled,
That'd be cool.
well oiled, you know.
Mm,
Yeah. Anyway, but
yep.
definitely, guys, keep your eyes out for that from Sidecar Press. I think it's really cool what DeWolf is doing. It's a very professional looking thing he's got here. And of course, our very own Tal Maruni created his new icon for his imprint. So it's cool. It's exciting. There's a lot of people working on stuff, and I'm really happy to be part of all of it as well. He did have a wardrobe change, Eric, and he is a professional, sir. But thank you very much, DeWolf. All right, guys. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to share the screen, of course, and we're going to take a look at our news. We do have some interesting news today, some fun news. It's not all angry and sad, which is good. Siberia.
Yay!
Yay. So I'm sharing. Let me jump over here. Sharing is caring. And our very first one, this has come from Somali, I do believe, or maybe Booster. I can't remember if this is a Somali or Booster one, but I thought it was cool.
Not me.
It's Somali then. It is comic book news, but nevertheless, Dinale can certainly handle it.
Mm.
So jump on that, sir.
All right, from Newsarama, John Constantine returns in Sandman Universe present Hellblazer 1.
Mm.
Um, so,
Yeah,
yeah, and I think Samly brought this over for us to look at as he wanted to do.
he
I'm
did.
not
Well,
sure. Out of
no,
Yeah, go ahead.
I read through it and I thought it was pretty cool. That's why I
Mm,
dropped it up here because I like Constantine. I don't know about you guys. I mean, Hellblazer is one of those
Love
comics
Constantine.
that, yeah, well, there you go. There's another lover over here. But there's some people who really don't like it. I think it's one of those characters that you either like or you don't, unfortunately. But I like it personally, and I'm happy to see him back because, he's kind of dead, but it sounds like they're bringing him back. But they have a little press release here. John Constantine, the original demon haunted one who first showed up in Swamp Thing's American Gothic story, is coming back to his murky and dangerous roots. More magic and more darkness, and not a few gods and dreams are here for you to
Hmm.
explore. Neil
But
Gaiman. Mm,
let
mm.
me elaborate on that though. Depends on who's writing them.
Well, Neil
For
Gaiman.
one, okay, all right, I can take that. For one thing, when it comes to me and John Constantine, right? I'm a wee bit of a snob. I hate it when he's written by an American. I like it when he's written
uh,
by a Brit. Yeah,
that's fair. I'll take
that
that. That's
that's like
fair.
one of my little wee rules because Americans they don't really get the lingo that well. They're like, they're in it or bloody hell and all that kind of stuff, right? That's
Well,
what they think English is like.
we did get.
I love it when Garth Ennis writes them.
Oh yeah, no, I agree with that 100%. But
Yeah,
we did
yeah,
get that kind of mini British invasion back in the late 80s and 90s, right? A lot of
yeah.
British writers coming over and being part of Marvel, DC. But I agree with that. I mean, I think an American can write it, but I agree. I
Mm,
think it is better written by a Brit because he is a Brit, right?
yeah.
But this is kind of interesting because what in the 10-page preview, Constantine is seen in an expanded version of a critical scene from Neil Gaiman's classic book of magic miniseries, which I liked, by the way.
And
Um, yeah. After getting tangled up in a magic war waged across countless futures, Constantine was murdered by the all powerful adversary, a twisted version of the promising young magician Timothy Hunter, bloated with evil. But over the past years, strange forces have conspired to restart Tim Hunter's tale, and somehow, amid sorcery, insanity, and secret agendas, this older, wiser, wilier shade of Constantine has been dragged back with it. Now he must ask himself why he, the last person in the world to deserve a second chance, has been given one. Is John Constantine here to put Tim Hunter on the right track and avert a terrible outcome? Or is it because he's the only person in existence with the guts to do what really must be done? After all, he's a nasty piece of work, Chief. Ask anybody. So, yeah,
mhm,
I like this news a lot, dude. I really like Constantine, and I hope it's cool. Do you
that
mind
could be
Neil
really
Gaiman
cool.
doing it? Do you mind Neil Gaiman?
Oh, Neil Gaiman can actually do that. In fact, I
Yeah,
believe one of the stories he wrote was called "Hold Me." Do
hold me.
you
Well, I
remember
do.
that one? I believe that was
Yeah,
by Neil Gaiman. Hmm.
I don't know if I don't remember if he wrote that or not, but I did like the one they mentioned there, the Magic miniseries one.
Yeah,
But yeah, no, I think it's cool.
and
Yeah.
a real problem with Constantine as well is that when a lot of Americans write him, they
Uh,
try to write him like a superhero, right? As like a spell slinger and
mhm,
everything.
mhm.
They don't get a lot of stuff about John Constantine.
Well, what was really unfortunate, Booster, is there was a TV show came out. I think it got a season, maybe
Hmm.
two,
Yeah,
and it was
yeah,
had a
one
great
season.
one season. Had a great British actor brought
Mhm.
in as a lead. I thought it was
Matt
a
Ryan
lot of.
was
It was
the
fun,
spitting
dude.
image. I felt.
It was
Yeah,
perfect.
It
Yeah,
was great.
it was.
yeah.
Here,
It was all right. There was just a lot of things about it. Like they didn't let him say hard words. They barely let the guy
Uh,
smoke, right?
yeah, yeah.
And
it was like
it was
NBC
it was a little on the
almost, right?
campy side instead
A
of
little
on the
bit,
gritty horror side. Yeah.
but I
But
liked
other
it
than
though.
that, it was a pretty decent show.
Yeah. Now
here,
I'm a bit snobbed with Constant. I love this character. He's a bit personal to me
that's cool. I didn't know you
because
and I had a
being
love for Constantine.
oh yeah,
That's interesting.
well being born in England, right? He's a way for me to connect to my English roots.
I suppose. See, so you're
Yeah,
talking about representation actually does matter. Thanks, Booster.
absolutely.
You
Yeah, in
destroyed
a
the
way.
narrative.
In a way, I do agree with the argument for
Yeah,
representation.
so do I.
I,
Yeah.
re- I I honestly do. I just don't like it when it's forced or when they try to sacrifice other characters to do it.
hmm hmm
Here's
I
Yeah.
my take
absolutely
on
believe in representation.
the comic. It's always had these great covers, right?
Oh yeah,
But
dude.
then you put yeah, and then and what he is street level supernatural.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like this guy doesn't fly. This guy isn't a superhero. So you need somebody who can draw his clothes and things like that because he's not in a costume. And sometimes they get these superhero guys to draw him. You know, Peter Gross has drawn him, and Steve Dillon drew him, and that's when I really liked. I really picked up a lot of those issues of
Yeah.
Constantine. But I do not like some of the artists they get. A heavy balance of black and stuff like this guy's doing, I like, but he's like this. Constantine's a perfect character for me to draw.
Oh, maybe.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, it's yeah, no, Constantine is a lot of people will compare him to, of course, the Doctor Strange. But it's not a fair comparison. They're nothing
No, not at
similar.
all.
Doctor Strange is actually very capable. He is
He's a very
truly,
powerful character.
yeah. He's a what do you call those plot tools they use to move things along?
MacGuffin.
A MacGuffin, yeah. But Doctor
Mhm.
Strange is
Constantine is
literally
far
that.
more of a grounded story,
Yeah.
a lot slower, a lot grittier,
And,
and Johnson Queen has to win by his wit,
uh
not by his power. He has to do it by wit, by conning, and honestly, and the ones I read, he very rarely uses magic.
yeah, and he screws up all the time, constantly
Oh
screwing
yeah,
up.
he's a
Yeah.
massive
Yeah,
screw up.
where Doctor Strange never makes a mistake, right?
Yeah,
It's they're incredibly different. A lot of people want to make a comparison. You can't do that's apple and oranges for damn sure. But I am going to
yeah.
make a controversial statement, which will probably send Booster into an aneurysm.
Uh-oh.
Although it is not Constantine, I love the Keanu Reeves movie. I
Oh
love
no,
it.
absolutely.
Oh, really?
It's not
Because it's not
Constantine at all,
Constantine at
but
all. Yeah.
no, you just disconnect that from your brain
Yeah.
entirely. Well, I have a bit of a soft spot for it because I watched it when I had no idea who the hell Constantine was and was a teen. So yeah, I thought it was the coolest thing in the world, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think no, I think it's fine. You just disconnect from it being Constantine at all.
Mm.
It's a fine adaptation.
Yeah.
It-
He's a muffin, Yowza says. That's awesome. SJW Joshua says Doctor Strange equals Doctor Fate. I get the point, the power level, but Doctor Fate is more of a MacGuffin than Strange, even. Fate, in a
yeah,
way,
yeah.
doesn't even have any story per se. He's just a tool. Where Doctor Strange does have storylines, he does have a character. Fate
Yeah.
is literally a freaking mask, right? But I get the comparison. I get it. I get it. But I've been kind of clicking through this preview here and come to the end of it. But yeah, I like it, dude. What do you guys think? Does it look good?
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
I like it,
Good
dude.
work. Good work.
I think it suits it though, Todd. It
Yeah.
suits Constantine, yeah. And they had a
Okay.
pretty good animated movie come out. About a year ago?
Ah, yes. I think it was it City of Demons
Yeah, something like that.
or it was a City of Angels. It was one of those. It was fantastic.
It was.
Was Matt Ryan the voice of that too?
I
Yes.
don't know.
Yeah, that's what
He's been voicing him everywhere now, and he is just perfect.
Oh,
as a
there you
character.
go. Awesome.
And he
Well,
was also in Justice League Dark, another great one.
Well, when I made the Bugbear's Basement intro trailer, I actually took a clip out of that movie as part of
Yeah,
that
yeah.
intro clip. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Great looking flick. But anyway, let me go ahead and move on to the next story. But nice new comic book coming that I think a lot of us are interested in. We have a good writer who we like. The art looks good. Awesome, dude. Happy news. And I like to talk about these kind of things from time to time because we know, particularly with DC, with Marvel more than DC, but there's a lot of crap. Well, I know it, I understand it, but there is some good stuff, right? And we shouldn't lose that. We shouldn't throw the baby out with the bathwater. You know what I mean?
We should absolutely be trying to find the good.
We should, dude. And Rob Liefeld should draw it. Yowza, you can leave now.
Nick, get
Wow.
out
Get
of
the
here.
hell out of here, dude.
Does
I
not
like
fit
my
the character.
Constantine with feet.
Rob Liefeld does not fit a character wearing this kind of clothing.
He's being
Mhm.
funny, dude. He's being funny.
No.
But it's hilarious. Now, next bit of news, though, Denali, why do we care?
This
Well, it's
better not be Disney.
it is Disney because it's Marvel. But Martin Scorsese says that the Marvel movies aren't cinema because there's no real depth to them. There's no innovation to them. They're kind of paraphrasing their cookie cutter. So he doesn't really consider.
Is he totally wrong?
No,
No, but he said it's a. He kind of got a quote here. I don't see them. I tried, but that's not cinema. Scorsese told Empire. Honestly, the closest I can think of them, as well made as they are, with the actors doing the best that they can under the circumstances, is theme parks. It isn't cinema of human beings trying to convey emotional, psychological experience to another human being. Well, I don't know if that's 100% true, Mr. Scorsese, but we
I
still
can
like
agree
it.
with it if I'm honest.
In a
Yeah,
way.
exactly. It doesn't mean you don't have to like it. Not at all.
Mhm.
It's just, well, that's the thing, right? There's always been this argument for a lot of things. Same with video games, right? Like whether or not video games are art. I don't think on a basic level people are going to dispute whether or not they're art. But I think a more fair argument is it high art, right?
No, it's not. It's not. Well,
No,
Logan was. Logan certainly was.
no, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yes.
Joker certainly
Joker, sir.
was.
Yeah, but then again, Todd Phillips
Yeah.
here has made a comment in here where he agrees with Scorsese, right? He based it more on real movies like Taxi Driver and King of Comedy, which of course are Scorsese movies. Of course, we know Steven Spielberg has been hating on comic book movies since the very beginning. He absolutely can't stand them. Yeah, no, I guess I get the point, Mr. Scorsese, but I don't care. I enjoy the spectacle.
They're jealous. They're
Yeah,
jealous
yeah.
because they're making these comic book movies are making money, and these guys are not.
Yeah.
They're getting the eyes, and people love them.
Come on, you
And-
remember when Spielberg was a young kid and he was putting his stuff out? Everybody was criticizing him, and now it's
Well,
turned around.
you're right, and to put the point on why people were criticizing Spielberg, because he's schlocky. He's the king of schlock,
Yeah.
actually. I think
he is he's very hokey, isn't he?
he is, dude, and we
Yeah.
love it. It's no problem. It's very different than
absolutely.
Marvel, but we love it.
Spielberg is also one of the greatest innovators in cinema.
He is.
Like he absolutely pushed us from the '80s into this new age of cinema, and
Absolutely,
also revolutionized special effects along with James Cameron.
James Cameron,
You seen
George
Jurassic
Lucas
Park
too.
recently? Have you seen Jurassic Park lately?
It's pretty
You seen
pitiful.
that T-Rex scene?
It's not good. Yeah.
No. The T-Rex scene still holds up. It's incredible.
Oh no, I thought you were talking about the remakes. They're not as good as the original. Yeah.
No, I mean the original Jurassic Park
Yeah, it's
still
awesome, dude.
holds up. It's incredible
And
what Spielberg did with the effects available.
so, absolutely. Yes. The Jurassic Park scene, right? That falls in line with there. And so does Star Wars. Star Wars when
yeah.
it came out, they were telling George Lucas, well, this is silly, this science fiction. This isn't real cinema. And what did we get with that, right? We got two characters looking at each other during strife. One of them says, "I love you," and the other one says, "I know." I mean, okay,
Right.
I mean, and then later on, you get another movie with these two characters, and it happens again, and then in the middle of a firefight, and she shoots the stormtrooper and saves him during that action scene. There's action, but there's also drama. It's character driven, it's heart driven. MCU is the same way. Just like they were saying that these movies are not high cinema.
Yeah.
MCU is now giving the same thing, and I totally disagree because first off, it is cinema. It's on the silver screen.
Sure.
Second off, you're using the same old concepts of story. You're telling a story just like we've been telling stories since around the fire side and around encampments and little villages. We've been telling stories, and comic books are the same way. We tell stories and we give you art. That's what these guys are doing. They're telling stories. They're giving you the art of the moving screen. They're throwing in action. They're making it superheroes, but at the same time, you're getting into the heart of Captain America. What happens with him, Peggy Carter. That is a huge love story that's happening.
Yeah, it is.
And
Yeah.
So, in
Yeah.
kind of my opinion, to kind of put in my 2 cents here. I think a problem that why they're not considering this as cinema, Spielberg, George Lucas, Scorsese, is because they're not moving forward the industry. What Marvel is representing, yes, they're telling a lot of stories, but in those stories, there's nothing that is moving forward the art of filmmaking. If you think about it, each movie that they make, even if it's shocky, even if they're, we talk about Jaws, E.T., Taxi Driver, you know, every movie they made, there's some kind of progression of technology value came in. Even if the movie themselves didn't work, they added some kind of additional value that everybody's using. I think even with Disney and Bob Iger in his recent book, he was saying, George didn't like Force Awakens because there was nothing added value to the story, and and there was no visual or technological leaps forward to move forward. Because remember, like for George Lucas, for example, when he went from the most matte paintings and the science fiction technology, he literally built the science fiction of today's
He did.
cinema with
Yeah.
Star Wars. He moved everybody as well forward to the digital and CGI with the prequels.
Mhm.
And if he maintained control, I'm sure he would have been innovating something even farther ahead of time
Mhm.
with these sequels. And I think a lot of these directors, they see stagnation because because a lot of these studios are risk averse, that they're not willing to take a chance to engage in some movies, and that's what they're kind of upset about. That's from what I see from them,
Yeah. Well,
that these are
I
stagnant
yeah,
in adding it.
yeah.
I
Go
see
ahead.
it.
Go
I
ahead.
see it a little bit more along the lines of either political um, or other news, current events type concepts. Like for instance, Casablanca
Mm.
had World War II backdrop. Gone with the Wind, right? The Civil War era, and Grapes of Wrath had it was in current events, and it made a commentary about politics or society at the time.
Sure.
I think the MCU does that as well. You can
It
see that
does.
right in Civil War.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I don't want to disrespect Mr. Scorsese because I like his movies. But I would take Logan, Infinity War, and even the first Avenger and Winter Soldier and put it up against any of his flicks, dude.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and so I agree to a point, and I disagree. I get what they're trying to say. That George might be right. There might be some, simple pocket jealousy going on here. But I don't know. I think if you entertain the masses and the people love what you're doing, is it not entertained? Entertainment. Have you not been entertained? Right. So I don't really think we need the noise from Mr. Scorsese, to be honest. And Thundero says he's right. They aren't cinema. Okay. Well, we'll call them theater then. How about that?
Theater?
Because they're certainly that. They are absolutely that. Anyway, interesting article though. Moving on. Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
Right.
I don't like this.
No, I
Yeah.
want more
No.
Matthew Broderick. Please bring him back. Please bring him back. It was awesome.
Oh.
Right. So they're remaking Inspector Gadget from Disney, because apparently when Disney bought Fox, they have acquired Inspector Gadget.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
hooray.
They got to use Matthew Broderick again. Uh-huh.
I don't think so.
Why not?
But I'm pretty sure they're gonna make Penny, a different color
Mhm.
because
Well,
she's ginger.
actually, I did
Y'all
read.
mind if I just interrupt and talk about some breaking news?
Go ahead.
Yeah, go
Go ahead.
ahead. I'll hold my
Have
thought.
you heard that T-Bird and Throttle is being published by Alterna Comics?
Bum bum
Sweet.
bum.
Awesome,
How
dude. I
cool is that?
love that book. Yeah, that is a great book. It
That is way better news than this.
That is
That is
cool news.
awesome
No, it's
news.
not. I like this news too. But that is awesome
No,
news.
this
Great to
news
hear.
sucks. Get out of here.
Shut up.
I want to get T-Bird and Throttle from Alterna. That's great, man. It
That
might be
is
able to
awesome.
get wide published at cheap, and it could get in the hands of a lot of people. I really hope so.
And the cool thing is, because I really want issue 3. and 4 and 5.
Mm, mm.
Oh
So
yes.
yeah, so I'm very happy about that. If you haven't checked out T-Burn Throttle, looks like you're going to have a chance to. That is a good classic comic story, dude. Go check that out. That is awesome, and no one's paying me to say that. It's
Yeah.
just awesome. But
Yet.
yet, wink, wink,
I
wink,
really
triple
regret
wink.
not backing it because I was broke at the time when that was campaigning. So
Oh, I love it,
yeah,
dude,
Oh,
and the
the
production
art,
value
the
was
s- the
really good,
story,
dude. Yeah, no, you're
the
right,
yeah,
Joel.
story
yeah,
value, what is going on in the story, and what they insinuate goes on
Hmm.
without making it blatant.
Hmm. Hmm.
When you come to the realization of what happened between the characters by the end of the, oh my goodness, it completely blew away the concepts of
Yeah,
what I thought you could put into a book and how you could present it, because it didn't have to be blatant. It's
no,
I didn't even catch it the first time. I kind of went back, and then I kind of flipped over here, and
yeah,
I went back and looked at the first one again, and then I realized, whoa, wait a second,
yeah. Yeah,
this
no, it's
is
really good, dude.
terrible.
It is terrible,
Oh
but it's
yeah.
awesome
I mean,
though.
terrible, like terrible for the characters.
Yeah.
Great story. One of the best, top tier, number one independent Comicsgate books that have come out.
Oh, dude, it's the best thing that come out of indie revival to date, as far as I'm concerned. There's because
Yeah, yeah.
I really want more of it. Whereas a lot of the rest of the ones, I'm happy with them, but I'm done. It's good. I'm good. Happy with what I got. I'm not really excited about more stuff. I'm not dissing anybody, but I'm just telling you, T-Burn and Throttle, I want more of, and that's how you do that, right?
Yes.
So
Yep. T-Bird and Throttle, and then of course Vinny Tartamella's Through the Woods is also a good second place.
no, that's a great looking book too. I haven't read that one though, so I don't really know, but
Good
it
story.
looks
Yeah.
beautiful. But anyway, okay, cool. Back to this story though, because what I wanted to talk about in this story actually, well, I loved Inspector Gadget as a kid. I of course thought Matthew Broderick's movie was funny, whether you like it or not. I liked it. But the what worries
oh
me about
no,
this is the Aladdin producer, Dan Lin and Jonathan are producing the latest take on the 1980s cartoon. And what they're saying is that these guys are the ones who did Aladdin, and somehow or another, they're telling me that Aladdin made $1 billion. Really? Really? Really?
it can't
Because
have.
it can't have, because that movie was more heavily negatively reviewed than freaking Captain Marvel. But hey, that made
Mm.
$1 billion too. But
Yeah,
Mhm.
apparently there's a lot
supposedly,
of these Disney movies that they're reporting back on getting $1 billion, which is a huge amount of money. That's more than what the Dark Knight made, and everyone was talking about the freaking Dark Knight, right?
yeah, yeah,
A,
and
$1 billion? I don't believe it.
yeah,
I
and
don't know how they would fake it or why, but it doesn't seem plausible to me.
yeah, well, that doesn't mean it won't be good. But of course, even the SJWs were downing the Aladdin. So yeah, there's not much other news here. Then we'll keep an eye on it because I loved Inspector Gadget. Did you guys enjoy that from the '80s? That was
Yeah.
fun, dude. I enjoyed that Inspector Gadget. I liked it a lot. But anyway, moving on to more news that I could care less about. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So from Deadline, from AMC, they're making another spin-off of The Walking Dead.
Hey, baby,
So,
they're making another Walking Dead for you. Aren't you happy? And my dog comes into the room. Thanks. That was perfect
yeah.
timing. But dude, oh my
Hello,
This,
God.
puppy.
this one is dealing with two sisters who has to make it through the post-apocalyptic world as the new generation in this
Yeah. Well, no,
Walking
Tell
Dead
me they're black.
universe.
Tell me they're black.
I'm not gonna.
They probably will
They
be.
they kind of are. But I'm not gonna say anything. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scroll down and I'm gonna let you look at the pictures, and what you're going to realize
Mhm.
real quick is this is the Scooby Doo Walking Dead. Are you ready? Here we go.
Oh, oh,
Here we go.
oh,
Okay, that's kind of cool. That's kind of nice. I
Mhm.
like it. Like it. Let's good. Let's come down. Come down. Okay. Some more pictures here. Oh, hold on.
oh,
Okay. All right. Young. But young people need to survive
nice.
too. Yes. Okay. Come down. Come down.
Yeah.
All
Mhm.
right. More.
Oh,
Okay.
ooh.
It's the Goonies. It's the Goonies with a giant wrench. All right. Cool. All right. 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 Oh. They're kids. They're very young children.
Oh, what is
Oh
happening,
my
guys? Joe.
God.
Oh.
There's one of every
Listen,
Twinkie.
color.
she is so scared. Oh my god. Where
Deadly
are her
skinny.
boobs?
Well, no, dude. Where is her ability to run faster than anybody else and therefore not die?
Oh
And then
my
the good picture
god,
go. Oh,
she
more. Oh, no, they're not even
that
the
girl
same race. Now, I really
that
don't.
girl needs
A
pie.
hamburger, yeah, a pie.
Yeah. Oh
But
yeah.
what I don't understand is how often these days I see supposedly a family unit, but they're not even the same race as each other. Do the people in Hollywood not understand that if you have like an Italian guy marrying an Italian lady, you get an Italian baby? Does anybody understand this? Have I somehow have they skipped biology class?
Are they supposed to be sisters?
That's what they say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They
Okay.
can be adopted, Chester.
Fine,
They could
adopt her
also be
during
like
the
half
apocalypse.
sisters. I don't
Yeah.
know.
No,
Isn't it
no,
ironic
no,
that
no.
franchises based on zombies refuse to die? It's
Well,
quite
dude,
ironic.
well, they had a spin-off
Yeah.
that didn't work, and now they're going to give us another spin-off that no one wants. And they're doing it with kids. It's Stranger Things meets zombies.
Can
That's
we
what
just
this
look at that kid's
is.
face for a minute?
Hey,
Scroll down one more, please. Can you just zoom in on that kid's face just for me? No, no, up a little. Up a little. No, no, just that one. That one. That guy's face. Just
uh,
look at his face. I want
uh,
you to. I want
uh.
you to drink that in for a moment. Look.
Are you trying to say he looks like a cucked soy boy? Is that what you're trying to say? With his giant
I'm just
wrench?
trying to say that his lips look way too high for his chin.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
okay. So you're saying he's ugly.
I'm
All
really
right,
getting something
fine.
out of it. This is magical for me. This
Yeah.
is just let me
Yeah, well,
let me
that's a
have
good
this moment.
question, Eric. Well, I'm offended. I'm sorry, Yowza. We'll move on. But
Okay. All
oh
right.
boy,
Fine.
Stranger Things has had such an effect on the industry, dude. And the simple fact of the matter is, everyone kind of, I don't agree, but a lot of people agree that the season one was pretty good or great, but it hasn't been since. But they keep praising the amazingness of Stranger Things, and obviously this is a copy of it. I mean, look at it. It's the Goonies all over again. All right, fine. Fine. Next.
Fine.
Oh God,
Yeah,
CBS.
yeah.
Uh
CBS
oh.
for
Ah.
comicbook.com. So apparently, not one Matrix movie is being made, but two Matrix movies are being made. One by Lana Wachowski, and then another one that's being penned by Zach Penn.
Lana Wachowski. What do you thought? Who?
They're
Lily and Lana,
yeah,
weren't they?
they're women now. Just to
Yeah,
remind you.
What do you mean they're
yeah,
They
both
they
of
women
them.
now?
they
They
both
transitioned
transitioned. The Wachowski brothers are now the Wachowski sisters.
because he's sisters.
That doesn't work like that. Once again, biology
I
class, you
know.
bastards. All right, fine. Okay, so I do apologize. There's no imagery or pictures to look at because CBS sucks. But anyway,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really even want to read it. But basically, they are making two of them. I don't know. But Dinale explained it to me because I couldn't be bothered, dude.
All right. So the one by Lana is going to be a direct sequel to the original trilogy. The one by Zach Penn is in the same universe that's being a prequel to the sequel. So
Oh.
it's a movie in between the original trilogy and this new sequel that Lana is making. There you go.
Mhm. Now,
Which doesn't make any sense, but that's what they're doing.
yeah. Now we are getting some interesting comments here. Thundera says we couldn't even finish season 3 of Stranger Things. Yeah, I didn't care for it much. But Eric Hawkins says I enjoyed Stranger Things all 3 seasons, with the exception of one episode in season 2. Well, I didn't bother watching season 2. Because season 1 wasn't that interesting to me. I don't think it was horrible. I didn't have any particular angst against it. I just didn't find it particularly entertaining. And it sounds like season 2 wasn't very good, but although I have heard that season 3 has done better, so it's all well and good. It's interesting to how much that we're seeing copies of Stranger Things everywhere, and this
Mhm.
spinoff is the same thing.
Speaking of copies, interesting revelation happened for me
Uh huh.
over the last weekend. The entire concept of the Matrix was actually
Hmm.
apparently originated from a movie called give me a sec, Project X,
Uh huh.
1968. Project X, 1968. The entire concept of the Matrix, literally beat for beat, was in this movie. And there was an exposition in the movie that you can plug, you can cut out of this movie and put it into the Matrix movie,
Uh-huh.
and you wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
Oh, well, there you go.
So, so the Wachowskis, not only did a great homage or copy to the Asian cinema, but they literally, if you want to look at it, I don't know if they took it, they knew of this movie, but I find it highly unlikely that the very concepts of the Matrix, word for word, beat for beat, exist in a movie called Project X, 1968.
Okay. Well, maybe they did. We've seen this happen many, many, many times. It's nothing new under the sun, of course. But I do know that they were very open about the fact that they took a lot of it from from Japanese anime. They were very open about that, particularly Ghost in the Shell. Ghost in the Shell certainly played a part in the Matrix. So I don't think the Wachowskis were hiding behind anything. I think they were quite open about their influences. But interesting point. But that's all the time I have for the friggin' CBS page. And let's now this right here is not comic book related at all, and it
Yeah.
is a little bit interesting. Because we've seen these over here in Asia for quite a while, but it looks like they're starting to show up in the West. So go ahead, Dinale.
Right. So this park is now being patrolled by RoboCop, which is, if you scroll down a little bit, there you go, RoboCop.
Oh my god.
Patrolling the park. Please move out of the way.
Yeah. No, we've seen these over here for quite a while. We see them in malls and things like that. They're just a cute little thing.
Patrol and beating up Latino women. because because she's reporting, that machine beat me up. Look at the blood because it wouldn't move 400 pounds.
Oh, wow. Oh, and she did say that. Okay, I'm sure it did. But you know what these things are most useful for? Well, I've seen them in the malls and stuff a lot. You know what they're really useful for? This one right here just says police, and I think it's just a camera moving around is what it is. But the ones over here, they actually have the head section is actually kind of sat at an angle, and it has a touch screen on top of it. So if you walk up to it, it will stop and turn to face you, and you can touch on it, and you can find a map of the mall, and you can ask it questions and things like that. They're quite a cute little useful thing. It's like a roving map. Is really what I see it as. So they're just cute. We have those. We have the Honda Asimo. We see them all the time over here, and you can go talk to it, and it'll talk back to you and stuff. Japanese and robots. Go figure. But
Asminoff? Is that what you're talking about?
no,
I can't believe you mispronounced a word.
I did not say Asimov. What are you talking about? I say Asimo.
Asminoff.
I said Asimo.
Asimo.
Yeah, people can back it up there, Mister. I woke up and heard something wrong. But yeah.
Asimo.
Go back to sleep, Todd. Go back to
I think that
sleep,
robot
Todd.
you're talking about is called Asminoff.
No, it's called Asimo. I see them all the time, dude.
Really?
Okay,
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Look, you're both acting like real Asimals right now.
Yeah,
right?
we
So
are.
let's,
We are. It's true. That's true. Let's move on to the next story. Because the next story.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing from this entire report, article, is that this police officer is giving you permission to touch him.
What?
Well, in Japan for sure, but it's not they don't say police on it. It's just a cute little thing. But it's interesting that you're starting to see this tech over in America. Is all I was saying. Anyway, next story, because this one, this one's awesome.
Yeah.
Go ahead, dude.
Deadline. Rachel Mao will be in Batwoman as Vesper Fairchild.
Drink it in, brothers. Drink it in.
Who, they're going to definitely make her Batwoman's lesbian romantic.
Oh, no, of course. I'm sure.
No,
but,
she's not.
No, she will be. She will be. No, don't spoil the image, Todd.
Small part.
Yeah, I know.
It's
a
very
cameo.
Small part. It's not a. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's going to be like Wolf Blitzer. He's in how many movies? right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
old
Yeah.
Wolfie. But the thing that's interesting about this article for me has nothing to do with Batwoman. Actually, what it has to do
right.
with the fact is that I can't believe Rachel Maddow actually still has a show. I'm shocked, actually. I mean, because she's an insane mad cow, and she keeps going on and on and on and on and on about Russia, Russia, Russia. Russia turned out to be absolutely nothing, and now she's on about Ukraine, Ukraine, Ukraine. And it's like, how long is MSNBC gonna carry this girl lady? I don't understand. But cool, good for you, Maddow. Good for you.
Good for you. You show
Yeah,
him.
you go, because
She's
no
gonna
one.
provide the snarky voice of gossip.
She will,
Yeah.
and nobody's gonna watch it because nobody's gonna watch Batwoman because it looks
Well,
Yeah.
horrible.
well, speaking of Batwoman, the actress
Hmm.
actually had spinal surgery that she
She did.
uploaded to her Instagram.
Hmm.
So I think with that injury that she sustained, she's not able to continue playing Batwoman,
Oh, really?
with that chronic pain. Yeah.
Oh, well, it doesn't
So
matter.
we
It
may,
wasn't going to get any further than
yeah,
season one anyway, dude.
yeah.
That's like
So
instant
I'm just
cancel.
saying,
Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah.
I think that's why nobody's really pushing Batwoman anymore.
I see.
Uh,
Well, I hope
since
she's.
the
I hope she gets better though.
hmm
Because I understand she kind of bit that political bullet and started yelling at men. It's not for you. She doing the same thing Brie Larson did, but I get that. But I have no trouble with Ruby. She caught a lot of flack because she wasn't lesbian enough for some reason, as if that's the thing.
Wasn't
I
lesbian enough,
I
wasn't
know, but
Jewish
it's
enough.
like the
Yeah.
bisexual thing. People keep saying I'm bisexual. No, no, you're homosexual. No, I'm bisexual. No, you're homosexual. I don't understand this bisexual crap. You're homosexual. If you have sex with the exact same sex, you're homosexual. That's that, and good enough.
But
So
bi
own
means
it.
do them both, Chester.
No, own it. I say own
Both.
it.
I love everyone.
Right? It's nonsense. It's a cop out. Bisexual's a cop out. Own it. Uh, you know, but I have no trouble with that. You go Ruby, and good for you, Rachel. Good for you. Now this right here isn't I because I'm kind of on a tight schedule, so I can't really go too much longer here.
hmm
But this is I do want to cover this real super quick, Denali.
Sure. Go ahead. Go
Oh,
cover it.
okay. Now we have Cliff Chiang. He's working on a secret DC Black Label title, as you can see here. And I like secret stuff. He announced the project during the Paper Girls panel at New York Comic Con, which of course is just going on, which is interesting. We haven't been talking about Comic Con, right? Even though it's happening right now, or was happening.
It is. Oh.
Yeah, right. But we're not talking about it. Talk about lack of publicity, right?
Yeah.
It's your news gatherer. There are plenty of great stories of projects that have been announced.
Yeah, dude. I have not
Oh,
seen many people in the
Dinale.
community talk about
I
New York
have.
Comic Con at all, dude.
Well, I have.
Oh, I'm glad you
Plenty.
have.
Well,
You travel in better circles than we do. I do apologize. But now this guy's done New 52 stuff, Wonder Woman. He's done other stuff as well that he's seen all listed right here. So it doesn't tell us what the project is going to be, though. He didn't disclose any information, but a new secret black label. So for me, it comes back to the kind of the conversation about are we interested in black label? And I think Todd actually has put up some very good points on it, actually, because they're trying to appease to an older audience, and I agree with Todd 100%. And I like
Mm-hmm.
the idea. I think the problem is they're not trying to appease the younger audience, that's the problem, right? I have no trouble
Well,
with Black Label. I had no trouble with Batman's Wang at all, right?
they have a label for kids. It's called Young DC or something like that. It's got the Wonder Twins in it.
Yeah,
It's
but dude,
garbage.
it is garbage, and it's all about sexuality and SJW stuff. What are you talking about? This is for kids. Someone really needs to take
I
baseball bats to
They
people, dude.
have
I'm
Scooby
I'm
Doo. Where
taking
are you?
I'm standing up with Mags Visaggio, baseball bats in hand. Right? I'm standing with
Mm-hmm.
Mags. I'm with Mags. You heard me say it.
Absolutely.
Um,
Oh no.
but I mean,
I
it's
could say something
nonsense.
controversial.
It is nonsense. But I'm looking forward to it. Cool, dude. You get it, Cliff. Cliff Chang. You awesome, dude. I'm going to pay attention, see what your black label is. Hopefully, there's more wangs. We need more wangs. Of course, I prefer
Wait a
more
minute.
breasticles, but
I got a breaking news
oh
story
no,
too.
Exclusive.
oh
Yeah,
no.
yeah. I'm also working on a black label.
Mhm.
It's the beer. Thank you very much.
Uh,
See, that's why George is here, to be silent for an hour and then come out with a dad joke. That's his purpose here. This is purpose here. And Jennifer says, "Wow, hey,
uh,
you guys, it's funny with Max Visaggio the other day. I thought it was coming out and was down joining in with the hate for Joker, right? And he came out and he said that I was looking forward to seeing the Joker." Lie parentheses until the director came out and said something, and then I knew it was just about white man privilege. And then I was like, well, you know what, Max, you are white privilege, dude. You are white privilege. You get to walk around in a really bad flea infested wig, bad makeup, and flaunty clothing, being whatever you want, and that's because of your freaking privilege. And you're gonna say, "Oh my God, dude, white man privilege," and the most white man privileged person in the world speaks out against it. All right, next.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Uh-oh. Speaking of white privilege.
Denali.
Yeah, heroic Hollywood. Ian McGregor says Bird of Prey will take a true look at misogyny.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is what I found.
Yeah, this is what
It
Booster
is.
found.
This is Boosters, yeah.
Hmm.
Now,
Yeah.
Booster, would you like to take the lead here? Do keep in mind,
Oh, that'd
guys,
be good.
that there was a Bird of Prey trailer. We didn't play it because
Mm.
it's really, really bad. I mean,
If you
it's
could scroll
it's.
down for us.
I am going to scroll down, but I just want to
Mm-hmm.
emphasize how bad that trailer was. I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
about. I can't don't even know how to categorize how bad it was, dude. It's not even TV worthy. It was really, really bad trailer. Go ahead, dude.
Yeah.
Well, if we just scroll down for us a little, I want to get to the quote. That's where the juicy part is,
Here
right?
you go.
There it is. So I just got to work on my own McGregor. Hello there. Okay, and so I went to a General Kenobi and their best General Grievous.
Uh-huh.
I'll do it.
You do it.
General Kenobi, and I'm like, hello there. What interested me in Birds of Prey is that it is a feminist film. It is very finely written. It is in the script of true look on the misogyny. On the misogyny. So this is going to be our big, powerful women power film, right? With the
Uh-huh.
Birds of
Uh-huh.
Prey, even
Uh-huh.
though it's just
Uh-huh.
Harley Quinn meets the Birds of Prey, even though this definitely
Yeah,
should have been a
lesbianism.
siren, a Gotham City Sirens film if you're going to have Harley Quinn in it, right? Also directed by some absolute no-name Asian lady director called Kathy Yan, I believe, who the only
Ooh,
film she's ever done is something called Dead Pigs, and every single trailer interview about with that film has less than 10,000 views on it.
she's
That's the
Asian.
woman they got to get Birds of Prey.
I like
right?
Asian
With
ladies.
yeah, we all know that. I know. Yes, and they get this version of Cassandra Cain, yeah, who talks and is a chubby little Asian girl.
Mhm.
It's just totally wrong. This has no respect to anything DC related. Ewan McGregor, I love Ewan McGregor, but my God, does he sound like an absolute poofter at the moment?
He
What is
sounds
this?
like a prat.
And I
Right.
think that we, the men, need that, and we need to be more aware of how we behave with the opposite sex.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
We need to
Uh-huh.
be taught to change. The misogynists in the movies are often extreme. They're raping and they beat women. And he's going on about how you can legitimately represent that, but we need to reflect more everyday misogyny, like mansplaining, because they're still trying to convince us that mansplaining is a thing, even though they just hate being proven wrong. So they just call it mansplaining. They hate being explained to them why they're wrong. So they're
He's still having trauma with Anakin. You were the chosen one.
Right. Thank
so
you.
if you
Thank you. That was perfect.
so if you thought you had even less reasons to check out Birds of Prey, here's another one.
Yeah, no, it looks pretty bad. I wish it were good though. I hope it would be a good movie,
Mm-hmm.
but it looks pretty bad.
I wanted Suicide Squad to be good, really bad, because I
Yeah,
love
me
the
too.
Suicide Squad and I love the concept of it. But
Yeah.
this is having a very similar problem with that first film, right? The trailers can't pick a tone.
Oh no, it's a bad trailer, dude.
Because
Yeah.
I remember the very first trailer for the Suicide Squad being like this really slow, pretentious trailer. Then the second one was a really fun one with Queen playing in the background,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
They can't pick a tone.
They can't.
It
But
was because it was different productions at that point.
you're
Yeah.
right. You're right. They did.
And then it just got
They tried to
jumbled
save
up
it.
and made into this mess.
Yeah.
And I'm
They.
worried that Birds of Prey
Yeah.
is going to be the same thing.
They tried to save it. You're right, George. But
But well,
it looks
feminist twist.
it looks bad. And of course, once again, Ewan, no one cares about your opinion, dude. No one cares. So just take it. And the misogynist, the men, really?
The
I
man, the
love
misogyny.
Well, dude, I love the fact that you have universities all across America which are going out of business left and right. By the way, we've there's been 400 plus universities shut down if you haven't been paying attention because they got woke and went broke. And we got a few idiots here on the internet. They're saying that there is no such thing as get woke, go broke. Yes, there is, dude. We have ample evidence of it, actually.
Oh,
Um,
I have a request.
yeah.
Erica Hawkins wants me to do this. He wants me to go. It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground.
Thank you, Erica. But but I mean, it's amazing to me when these actors come up with their opinions. And it's like, these universities are sitting here, and you have freshman boys, men, young men, coming into universities, and they're required in their first year, required to take classes on how not to rape. How insulting and sexist that is, right? We don't need instruction, and that's on that. And a matter of fact, the people who get the most angry and upset about rape is men. We can't stand that crap, dude. You know why? Because our first inclination is to protect the woman, particularly the mother, right? And it's just nonsense, you stupid twat. Thank
I'm
you
really
very much.
glad I took a how not to rape class because I was about to just go on an absolute raping spree. I was like,
You
what?
were.
I'm not supposed to do that? Oh, I feel so silly. Damn.
Damn
Oh,
it.
I'm really glad I got that knocked out
Booster,
of me
it's your
real quick.
Mongolian heritage coming out. You
Yeah.
have to curb stop that.
Yeah, they have to go
Been all over
Absolutely.
the place, huh?
Yeah.
Middle Earth, Mongolia.
I would have just gone on a spree, and they would all be going, "No, Booster, stop!" And I'm like, I can't help it. I love it.
Oh, goodness gracious. But thank you, Ewan McGregor. We appreciate you. We appreciate you.
Can I give you a
Don't
couple
rape. It's very
small
bad.
tidbits of information?
You can try.
Oh, yes. Give us tidbits. Yeah.
So Todd McFarlane will be drawing some pages of Spawn from 302 on. 15 in the first one and then 10 in the second one, yada yada.
Okay.
Victor Bogdanovich is going to be drawing a solo solo book of Wolverine, so he's getting his own title again.
Nice.
And Amy Reeder of Rocket Girl will be drawing and writing Amethyst.
All right. Rock on. Thank you for Comics News. That's awesome. So, all right, guys, I got to jump. I'm actually 7 minutes beyond what I should have been, as usual. And I'm sure I have a wife who is staring holes through the back of my head right now. I can feel it. I can feel it. So I need to get out of here. But I do appreciate you guys coming on for FanSpeak as usual. We had a lot of fun. We love you guys coming on and giving your opinion and being part of this. Do keep in mind that tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have TFT, Tinfoil Talk, and it will be Flat Earth Part 2. Don't miss it. It's going to be fun. And once again, if you want to have your voice heard on the fun topic of Flat Earth, just let me know. My Twitter's down below. We also have tomorrow, actually for me, tonight, but at 10 a.m. in the morning on Sunday, we have Coffee Akihabara over on Todd's channel, IndieCom TV. So awesome, awesome, awesome. But beyond all of that, Dinale, take us out of here.
Well, thank you everybody for joining us for FanSpeak. Join us tomorrow for TFT, where we're talking Flat Earth Part 2 at 8 p.m. Eastern. Join the Immortal Mass newsletter at dinalescomics@gmail.com. Just send me an email saying you want to be part of it, and you will be part of it. But as always, your perception shapes your reality, so always make it a good one.
Namaste.
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 Later, guys.
Aloha.